You didn't choose to be born, and neither did I. Only Jesus has ever chosen to be born. But if such powers were at our disposal to choose our birth and to choose the circumstances of our birth, would you have decided upon the path that Jesus took? Surely not. Surely we would have opted for powerful parents, fabulous wealth, plush surroundings, an easy life. Surely we would have chosen an era that we would most have liked to have lived in, an era where everything is happening all at once. But in Jesus' case, he does not do that, even though it's all the more justifiable in his case. After all, he arrives as king. He's taking the throne of his father David, as Luke chapter 1 verse 32 puts it. And yet he does not demand pomp and ceremony. No, he chose penniless teenagers in an oppressed backwater under the thumb of mighty Rome. He chose to be born in the land of the shadow of death, as Isaiah chapter 9 verse 2 puts it. He entered our world at its darkest depths, and so his kingly nature is revealed, not in his high standing, but in his lowly stooping. When the time came, he was not delivered in comfort or safety. In a day when many women died in childbirth, Luke chapter 2 and verse 7 says, "And Mary gave birth to her firstborn, a son. She wrapped him in cloths and placed him in a manger, because there was no room for them in the inn." What John said theologically, Bethlehem's innkeepers said practically. John said in John chapter 1 verse 11, "He came to his own, and his own did not receive him." This innkeeper is just playing the role of Israel as a whole. They did not receive him. You know, it's horribly ironic, really. Bethlehem, where Jesus is born, it means house of bread. Yet when the true bread of life appears, no one wants him. Nonetheless, Mary puts him in a feeding trough, in a manger. There he lies as this world's true food. And thus, where meek souls will receive him still, the dear Christ enters in. More on those meek souls tomorrow, but for now, marvel at the stooping Saviour. To see the nature of God, we naturally look to the heavens. Christmas tells us, look down to the manger. There is true deity. As Martin Luther has said, reason and will would ascend and seek above. But if you would have joy, bend yourselves down to this place, speaking of the manger. There you will find that boy given for you, who is your Creator, lying in a manger. I will stay with that boy, says Luther, as he sucks and is washed and dies. He goes on, there is no joy but joy in this boy. Take him away and you face the majesty which terrifies. But I know of no God but this one in the manger.